Gun bunch has been the most popular way to play offense in Madden for years, and it is no different in Madden 25. Then even in college football 25, you will see a ton of players using some sort of gun bunch based offense, and if you don't have a good answer on how to stop these looks, you will get absolutely shredded. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can run cover 4 quarters to lock up the majority of bunch players, and I'm going to go over the rules for match versus bunch, and we're going to look at the box check. This is the special adjustments that cover 4 quarters will run when playing against gun bunch. Then I will go over some of the other adjustments that I do that can make quarters play even better. Then we will end it off with me breaking down some in-game footage of me using quarters versus bunch online. Now, what you learn here will apply to both Madden and college football 25. But first, what is match coverage? It is a defense that has defenders playing zone, but they are reading receivers and will either man up players and lock them down, or they can become free to double team and bracket other players, or play zone looking for work and helping on anyone who comes into their area. And this can lead to a ton of confusion and mistakes for offenses. Now, this is a part of my match coverage game plan, all inspired by the GOAT Nick Saban and his legendary run at Alabama, where he led the Tide to become the greatest dynasty in college football history. Over the last 7 to 8 seasons with Saban at the helm, the Tide have evolved into a 4-down lineman based defense with a nickelback on the field that Saban refers to as his star position. Then the Tide run an insanely advanced match coverage scheme that he refers to as his cover 7 group of coverages. This gives him a ton of checks and options to answer whatever the offense is trying to do. Now, today we're going to be breaking down cover 4 quarters versus bunch, but I also have a ton more breakdowns for match coverage where I go over all the rules and assignments for both quarters and palms, so you can be sure that you have the answers to whatever offenses throw your way. Now, I'm going to leave a link down in the description for this whole Saban defensive scheme for you to check out, so you can watch everything that goes along with this bunch defense. Now, let's start off with the match coverage rules that you use when you're playing quarters versus bunch. The key concept to understand is what is called box check. Imagine splitting the field into 4 zones: deep outside, deep inside, shallow outside, and shallow inside. Each of these 4 zones is covered by one of the 4 players on the bunch side. Now, the outside corner takes the first deep route to the outside, so think either streaks or deep corner routes, and when they come into his area, now he will switch into man coverage and follow this guy across the field. Then the safety takes the first deep route that breaks inside. This is where he'll handle a lot of posts, seams, or deep crosses, and once again, if they come into his area, now he basically turns into man coverage and follows them across the field. Then the quarter flat defender is responsible for the first player that goes to the flat within 5 to 7 yards. Then finally, the 3 rec, or your middle linebacker, takes the first shallow route that comes inside, so think drags or shallow in cuts. So this box check does a great job for the most part of limiting a ton of what bunch does, and with these players matching routes as they break out towards the sideline, or they'll match crossers as they break over the middle. But there are ways to attack box check that we will go over later in this video, and I'll show you how we can take away these certain route combos that people will use to try to attack these looks. Now, with this setup, I don't user any of these 4 players. I will let them play match on all 3 of the bunch players. Instead, I'm going to use the backside safety. I like to bring him down in the box, almost like a 3rd linebacker. This player is free from most responsibilities, so my job is to clean up any deep crossers or routes breaking across the field from the bunch side. So really, I'm looking for anything developing over the deep middle of the field. Now, the backside corner plays mag, so this means man everywhere he goes. This means he's locked in man-to-man on the solo receiver, whether he runs straight up the field or runs a slant or an in-breaker to the bunch side. Now, your quarter flat defender on the backside is matched up with the running back. If the running back goes vertical, he's in man coverage all the way, or a running back goes all the way to the bunch side of the field, he will follow him. Now, if the back stays into block, your quarter flat will just drop into the flats and play a normal zone. Then if you want to take this defense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up today, I broke down some advanced tips and tricks I use when playing cover 4 palms and cover 4 quarters online in Madden 25. These are the best lockdown coverages in the game, and when you start to understand some simple adjustments you can make, they will play so much better. Then there is a ton more on the site for this Bama defense, including other match coverage breakdowns, and I have some great blitzes is on the site for both Madden and College Football 25 for this Saban defensive scheme. Then there still is more coming for this Saban defense that will be only found on the site. Then I also have a ton of different offensive stuff on the website as well, like my dual threat QB offense, where I'm breaking down 6 of the greatest running quarterbacks of all time and how you can use them to their full potential in both Madden and College Football 25. Then I also have my spread to run offense, where I broke down 3 of the best college offenses we have ever seen. So by subscribing to the site, you'll also get access to all my Madden 25 content and my college football content for one price. So on the site, you can purchase the yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. Then I'm also running my mobile QB sale on the site, and this will run until October 7th. Use code MOBILE to get 50% off your first month if you do the monthly membership. So if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. Okay, now we're going to break down one of the biggest issues you can run into when using gun bunch, and that is getting bombed deep over the top. Now, how really good bunch players will do this is they'll basically set up their offensive formation with the bunch to look something like this. So it'll basically be a post by the inside player, a streak, and then a corner route. And now when they drop back, this streak is going to get wide open deep down the field for a one-play bomb. So if you're using cover for a match and you're playing someone really good, they will know that trick and how to bomb you deep. And basically why that happens is if we look in the practice mode, we're basically overloading the deep coverage, and these guys will try to pass this off. And then the deep safety on the other side of the field is going to try to match the streak, where the corner route gets matched by the outside corner. So it basically just messes with your match principles and can lead to, you know, big plays over the top. But this can be a really easy fix. All we have to do is deep half that safety on the bunch side. And now when they try to run this route combo, this deep half is going to stay over top of that streak, and he's just going to sit right there playing over it and take that away. Now, the other great thing with this is even when we play this deep half look, so we have a deep half over the top, even when we do that, we are still going to match the outbreaking corner routes and things like that most of the time with our outside corner. So you see he matches that guy as he breaks to the sideline. That was the outside player. We'll do the corner route from the tight end now. And yeah, for the most part, there is certain route combos where they won't, but you'll see, yeah, now we still match on that outbreaking corner route from our tight end. Then we can quickly look at a replay here. So we see the deep half is going to stay over the top, and this outside corner, even though we got rid of that, you know, match coverage from our top player, he's still going to match that outbreaking route as it cuts to the outside. So that is how we can limit those deep one play touchdowns. But there are some problems we can run into with this deep half. Okay, now we're going to talk about this deep half adjustment and how offenses can attack it. Now, when you play a really good bunch player, they are going to know about this deep half adjustment that people will use to, you know, limit the one play touchdowns. Like, this is kind of common if you do, like, not everyone does it, but some people know about this deep half adjustment. And what people can run is a concept like this flood. Now, before I showed you guys how a lot of outbreaking corner routes, we will still match that route as it breaks out. But a route combo like this flood right here with a out route, streak, and a deep out route, not a corner route, people will run this, and what you're going to see is as we drop back, this out route is going to get wide open. Now I want to go look at the replay right here. So this streak is going to get up the field, and this outside cornerback is going to match the streak up the field. Obviously, the deep half is going to stick with him because he's a zone. And then our quarter flat is going to go right to the flat. And that is just going to lead this route like literally wide open. So if you play someone really, really good, they are going to know, oh yeah, as soon as I see that deep half, they're taking away the bomb, I can just go to a play like this flood. Certain corner routes and stuff like I showed before will still match, but some routes like this flood concept won't. Now, I figured out, I've never seen anyone else do this. I'm sure maybe some other people know about it, but I've never seen it. What we can do, remember how I went over before, this safety is going to be our user. You're basically free over the middle. I'm looking for crossers, posts, anything coming into the middle. Well, what we can do is we can deep half our safety. Then we can take the safety who's my guy that I'm using, and we can man him up on the outside player in the bunch, just like this. Now, even though he's in man coverage on this player, we are not covering him in man coverage. This is just to help our match defense. You are still going to user the same area of the field over the middle. Now watch what happens. They're running that same flood concept, and I want you to see what happens. I'm still going to play over the middle, and I'm just going to throw this ball late. He catches it, but I want to show you the match coverage on the outside. Now when we watch this match coverage, look what happens. So even though we're in man coverage, we're not running with this player in man. We're going to play over the middle. But watch what happens. This guy's going to run a streak, but instead of these two players doubling this guy, the streak up the field, our outside match coverage is actually going to match this player now. So that is one easy fix if you're ever having issues with that. Just deep half over the top, bring this guy down, man him up on the outside corner. That is it. You know, and we're still playing over the top, right? And watch what happens. This guy's just going to sit out on that route, completely wipe him out. So now this is really going to give us the best of both worlds. We can take away that deep bomb, plus we can take away everything to the sideline, and you don't have to do that man coverage trick. That is just something, if you're playing someone really good who knows about that kind of flood glitch, then do that and you will wipe it out. Okay, so now we're going to get into some examples of me using this gun bunch defense online versus real opponents. So like I said kind of earlier in the video, I always like to user this high safety on the opposite side of the bunch and just bring him down as almost another linebacker, maybe a little bit further behind them. Basically now I can rob crossers, anything coming in the middle of the field I can help with, plus I can fire down in the run, and I'm just a lot closer to the ball ready to make plays. Now, almost every single time I run this defense, I'm playing against bunch, I'm going to deep half this safety. You don't have to, but it's just going to ensure you don't get bombed over the top. And then I also don't have any gameplay clips of me manning up this outside receiver, but if they start attacking the sideline when you are deep halving, all you have to do is do that trick and basically you will take it away. So deep half, because now if they ever try to go over the top, even though this player technically isn't in match coverage, he's gonna, you know, take this deep shot over the top. Then we see a crosser coming in behind. So as the user, I can help on this, or if he threw to the crosser, I can help on that. Also, you see me kind of come off and come on that, and our deep half is going to come over, get the knockout. Okay, same thing. Bunch, I want to take this user, come down, come into this area of the field. They're going to have bunch running to the wide side of the field. What do we have? We have a clear out route here, flat route, corner route, and even with that deep half, this outside match player is just going to match this player as he breaks out to the corner route, take it away. Then, like I said, as the user, we're really playing over the middle of the field and looking for work. We really don't have any like locked in responsibilities here. So I'm looking for any crosser, post, anything coming over the middle of the field. Like right here, we see this post comes open because this player would have matched him, but because he's in a deep half, now basically my responsibility is to match this player as he comes across the field, take it away, flat is taken away, tries to go to an out route here, that's taken away, double team here, there is absolutely nothing open. He just has to hold the ball, hold the ball till he finally just throws that up into coverage, and we have double coverage there, incompletion. Here it is again, bring our safety down in the box, look for work, look for anything coming across the middle of the field. So we have a shallow cross, then I see a deeper cross here. So shallow cross is going to get taken by the 3 rep, double team there, single coverage there. I'm playing over the middle. He has pressure in his face, so it forces the check down. Our flat defender is there, also double team in the flat, completely wiped out. Then here's another really common concept you're going to see when people run bunch, and that's going to be 4 verticals. So it's going to be a vertical wheel route, it's going to be a vertical crosser here, and then it's going to be an inside wheel from the tight end. And this cover 4 quarters does a great job of locking this up. So as the user, I can just match this crosser across the field. Our quarter flat is going to match this wheel as he cuts up the field, and our deep half is going to play over to the top of everything. Absolutely nothing is there. He does have the running back coming across the field as a check down. All the vertical options are taken away, and we're able to track this guy and get him for a tackle when he tries to check that down underneath. Then if you want to check out the full playlist for this Alabama defense, where I break down a ton of blitzes and more advanced match coverage schemes you can run, then check out the full playlist for this defense right here.